Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing coming to you live and direct. It's your boy BBO. What's up, what's up? Hold on 1 second. Let me get everything going, fixed up in here. Hold on 1 second. So let's talk this boxing, y'all. Let's talk this boxing, man. We got a lot of big fights coming up. We got your boy Caleb Plant versus the Mexican Monster. We got hopefully Gervonta Davis versus King Ryan Garcia. We're looking at some real big fights, man. What you guys think about some of these fights we get? 1 second. I'm messing with a new thing on here, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Yo, it's your boy BBO coming to you live and direct. Like my man said, it's the Honor Your Life campaign. Lob is best around, man. But we're going to talk this boxing today, man. We're going to talk this boxing today. We got a lot of big things going on. We got a lot of big things going on. My man Ed in the building. Ron gonna shock the world when he lands the left hand hook on Tank's temple. Hey, that's what I've been saying, man. For some reason in boxing, man, I hate to say this, but we got this whole like unnecessary thing where people feel like you can't name who the best fighter is if you're not the same race as them or something stupid like that. At the end of the day, from what I see so many things that Tank really can get exploited on. I really see Tank going to bed. I really can see it being as tough as fight as people say, because that boy Ryan's coming in at laser focus, and I'm telling you, that's a bad recipe. That's a bad recipe, man. He's going to really hurt Tank. And the reason I say that is because I know for a fact you can tell that, they're taking Ryan lightly, man. Ryan is coming to fight. He's focused. I think they fight at the catch weight at 136, so he should make that weight comfortably. I'm telling you, man, I'm expecting fireworks, man. This is a fight that we've been waiting to see in boxing. It's one that we absolutely need. It's just one of those fights where you can't say nothing but, you know what? It's a fight that we got to have. It's the fight that we got to have, man. It's a fight that we got to have. I mean, we got to get this fight. I really can't wait to see Caleb Plant versus the Mexican Monster. That's another big fight. The reason that's a big fight to me is because at the end of the day, we're going to really see if the Mexican Monster is what he said he is or if he's just talking. Because I'm telling you, he has had some good fights. I mean, let's be honest. When he fought Andy Darrell, he didn't start dominating Darrell until Darrell got cut. Once Darrell got cut, it was a different fight. But let's be real. Before that, we doing the same thing he was doing on the Plant. The fact is they both struggle with an aging former champion. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited about it because this is the type of fight that we've been saying we want to see. We want to see two young warriors get in the ring and make it happen. And we actually get it. You got Tank about to fight Ryan. You got Plant about to fight the Mexican Monster. You got Anyway about to stop Cool Boy Steph. I mean, the list goes on. We just keep seeing great things happen in boxing, man. I really appreciate what we're seeing because too many times in boxing, man, we never get the fights that we want. Hey, but do me a favor, man. Everybody come in, man. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. The funny thing about it is we keep talking about the fights we want to see. These guys are young enough to make these fights. At the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, I don't care if Tank wins. I don't care if Ryan wins. This is good for the sport. And I honestly believe Ryan Garcia is going to shock a lot of people. A lot of people are going to have to eat crow on this one. Because I'm telling you, when Ryan comes in there with that stiff piston-like jab, there's nothing Tank can do. He's going to keep resetting Tank, keep Tank on the back foot. We've seen Tank a little bit on the back foot, but we really haven't seen what Tank can do on the back foot. He's going to have somebody walking him down where that's with a lot of reach, keep resetting, pop, pop, pop. Then come when, as we all know, Tank is a showman. He want to stop the show. So what you gonna do with a showman? He's gonna come in and come into that body. He want to come into that body. Guess what? He's gonna pay dearly. How's he gonna pay dearly? Because that's one of the left hands is gonna put him right there bed. It's just that simple. You can't script it no better than that because we all can say what you want, but those same shots that Hector Garcia got on Tank are going to be available again. Those same shots that Tank took versus Isaac Cruz are going to be available again. The same shot he took against Roy Romero, whether it's Mario Barrios, those same shots are going to be available. And I'm telling you, there's nothing going to stop Tank from going to bed because at the end of the day, a fighter can do a lot of things, but they can't stop who they are. At this point, at 28, 29 years old, I think Tank's like 28 years old, he is who he is. And we're going to see what this kid can do. We're going to see what he got. All that. Oh, my man. Ed got something else in here. He said, Crawford and Spence scared of each other? I don't think so. I honestly believe in that case, a lot of Bud fans get mad at this, but really, Crawford's not looking to take on tough fights. He's just not. He had an opportunity to fight him. He walked away from the fight. He ghosted those guys. And at the end of the day, man, there's nothing that tells me after you ghost somebody, they're never gonna work with him again. And truth be told, Errol Spence is having a hard time making the weight. It's no secret. This has been the case for many, many years now. Your boy Errol Spence is having a tough time making that weight. So we're gonna see what happens, but I'm guaranteeing this: we'll never see that fight. We'll never see that fight. Because once Errol goes to 154, it's only 7 pounds, but that's a lot. He's not going to come back down. He's not going to come back down. It's time to maybe look forward, see what Errol will do against a Christian Fondor maybe, or, hopefully he fights Jermell Charlo, because to me, that's a super fight. And I think Jermell Charlo would stop Errol Spence at 154, but that's me. But the one thing about boxing, man, is you really can't almost believe nothing's going to happen until it happens. Like, I would love to see, it's a lot of big fights at 154 for Errol Spence. Because Errol Spence, to me, is naturally a middleweight, a 160-pounder, and he's been able to shrink down to what's weight for like 7, 8 years. So I'll give the kid a lot of credit for being able to do that. But you know what? At the end of the day, we missed out on probably the biggest fight of our decade. And it sucks, man. Another fight, you're talking about that Tommy and Jake. That's good for boxing, man. Salute to my man, Just Do. But that Tommy and Jake fight is great for boxing. And the reason I say that's great for boxing is because this is putting a new spotlight on boxing that we haven't had. And you know what? Say what you want about Jake Paul. Jake Paul brings different eyes. He brings a lot of different things to the table when it comes to boxing. And I can't wait to see these two young guys get in there and fight. I honestly think that Tommy Fury is going to surprise a lot of people, because Jake Paul, honestly, is not a true boxer. He's beat up a lot of MMA guys. So it's not hard to look good. It's not hard to look good against guys who's kind of scripted for you. I think Tommy Fury, at best, is a prospect. I think he'll give him a decent run, but I think it's going to be Jake Paul by knockout, if you want my opinion on that. But you know what? The thing I love about what we're seeing now in boxing, we're getting to see some of these young fighters actually step up and put their man pants on and make a fight happen. You know what? No matter win, lose, or draw, I cannot wait to see Ryan and Tate get in that ring. It's almost like, if you remember when Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder got in the ring the first time, man, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't believe it was real. I couldn't believe it was really happening. And that's a doggone shame that as long as I've been watching this sport, I've been a fan since about 95. So since I was about 5 years old, I've loved boxing. And honestly, to look back and say, you know what, we haven't gotten the fights that we wanted. And think about it, even if we got the Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford fight, how good would that fight really be? You talking about a guy 33 and a guy 36 or 35, I think Bud's a 35. Come on, man. We really not talking about nothing. We just talking about, this is not when they're in their prime. This is not when they're at their best. But the thing that I'm telling you that I'm so excited about is once we get this fight with Errol Spence, with Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, this is going to change the sport. And when I say change the sport, you never know. It might make a way for us to get the Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford fight. Because if that fight makes the money it's supposed to, There's no way they can walk away from that. I honestly can say this. I think Bud Crawford's going to regret the day he did not go and get that big fight. He's going to regret that, man, because at the end of the day, you got to take those big fights while they're available. You can't sit here and say, oh, nah, I don't want that fight. Oh, I don't want that fight. No, man, go get them fights. Because at the end of the day, man, anything can happen. Look at Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. That's a prime example of them guys waiting way too long to make the fight happen. And look, they're both not champions. They both took multiple losses because that's boxing. You can never know what's going to happen. You never know what's up next. And that's just a fact. You never know what's up next. But I'm telling you, I just can't wait when I see your boy Tank is in the ring, unconscious sleep, when he fight your boy Ryan Garcia. I don't know why people don't see Ryan Garcia smashing this kid. I don't know, man. Maybe something wrong with me, but I don't know how you don't see that he's going to smash that kid. He's going. You know what? And the funny thing is, people think that oh yeah, this is going to be an easy fight for Tank. At the end of the day, there is no easy fights in boxing. There's never been. There never will be. That's not how boxing works. Boxing doesn't have easy fights. At the end of the day, you got to get in the ring and prove it like a man. You got to get in there and bleed, whatever the case may be, and prove it like a man. I'm telling you, the fact that Ryan is both feet into this fight is letting me know he sees exactly what I see. This is going to be an easy win for him. And when I say easy win, I'm not taking nothing away from Tank. It's a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup, and we all know Tank gets beat up beginning in fights because he starts so slow. So you got a couple things working against Tank. You got a fast starter coming to fight against a guy who starts slow, who kind of has to warm up. And on top of it, you got another guy who don't mind taking hits. And that's the funny thing about Tank. He don't mind taking hits. And when he might just take a hit that put him right to bed. And when he on the canvas unconscious and sleep, man, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear none of that. At the end of the day, man, Tank Davis is going to bed. There's no other way to put it. I don't see how he can win. And the reason I don't see how he can win is because he struggles so much against Rolly. Come on, man. And Rolly's basic. Rolly's not agile. Rolly's not special in any way, man. Rolly's an average fighter at best, man. Rolly's a cab driver, man. He's not no monster like people try to say. I mean, he knocked out a couple guys, and honestly, tell you the truth, it's a couple fights I thought that Rolly lost. So it's not as if he's beating world beaters. I mean, to me, the best person on Tank's record is Leo Santa Cruz. I give him full credit for going down to 130 and beating a four-division champion. At the end of the day, that's huge, man. That's huge. That's his best fight. And on top of what I like what he did against Pedraza. He showed a lot of heart with Pedraza. He showed a lot of grit when he fought Mario Barrios. Because people like to sleep on Mario Barrios, but Mario Barrios is a solid fighter. I'm not saying he's A tier, more like B, C+. But still, after a tough fight, what did he do? He stopped him. And it's not easy to stop a guy who's never been stopped. And on top of this, was a secondary champion that he stopped. So we got to give credit where credit's due. And I'm telling you, too many times in boxing, man, we do not give guys their full credit for what they do in the ring. And you got to do that, man. When somebody gets in that ring and they show you that they really about what they're talking about, come on, man. You can't do nothing but appreciate that. Shout out my man, Just what he said. Ryan is unproven. Mildly tested, last creativity. He didn't struggle against Rolly. He walked him into a shot tank. Pedraza, Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios, now Hector Garcia, next sleep victim Ryan. And you know what's funny? When I hear you say that, I feel what you're saying on that, Just. But at the end of the day, we're talking about somebody that's taller and hits harder. And I don't understand why people keep saying Ryan don't have no IQ. The fact is this, Ryan got knocked down, right? Everybody let her bring that up. He did. He got knocked down. He fell into a trap. And guess what? He got up and stopped him. He got up there and stopped that kid. That's huge. Not only did he go down, anybody can catch somebody. It's boxing. We all know that. It's boxing. But the fact that he got up and stopped that kid, that's what he did. He stopped him. And I'm telling you, when he puts Tank to bed, I want to see where all this talking comes from. I I want to hear all the people that say this ain't a 50-50 fight. This is that. At the end of the day, it's a 50-50 fight, and we're going to see who's the best man. And I guarantee you, Tank is not going to win this fight. He's not going to win this fight. Tank has shown a lot of little wrinkles in this game. Let's not play like Tank is perfect. Tank ain't been in there with somebody who can really get him out of there. He hasn't been in there with somebody who can really get him out of there. That's what we need to see. Salute to my man Just Cook, bro. My bro Barrios was 6 foot. I in 5'10", take him like Luke Kemp, that he would be asleep. Tell the experience matters, bro. I get exactly what you mean, but it's the same thing I say to that. Did you not see how Leo Santa Cruz was really having his way with Tank until Tank figured it out? And Tank did. Don't get me wrong. Tank set up a beautiful trap. But what's going to happen? And it's a thing I keep asking. What's going to happen when the Tank does what he always does? When he comes to close the show, arms up, hands over his head, and he comes in to stop the show, and he gets clipped with that left hook, and he goes right to sleep, unconscious on the canvas. We've never seen Tank get knocked down before. We have the difference between those guys. My man Ed said the difference between those guys and Ryan is Tank is not even going. Hold on, it's not going to shot. Not going to see the shot. I think he made the shot coming, and that's the thing. See, people don't keep in mind that hey, at the end of the day, Tank can get hit. The little feet can fall. His little head can get popped, and he's been popped. I mean, think about it. Before that whole, I don't know what you call that, but Meek Mills and the Russell brothers happened, Tank was getting caught. Tank was getting hit pretty good. And I'll tell you this, if Tank is able to win this fight, that's 4 knockout artists that Tank would drop. You know, starting with Barrios, because Barrios is knocking fools out at 140. And then on top of that, then he got, Esau Cruz. Then he went and he got Rolly. And if he can get Ryan, dude, that's huge. That's huge. I don't see that happening, but that's huge, man. I'm telling you, this dude, Ryan Garcia is better than you think, man. Timing, my man just said timing trumps. Hold on one second. Timing trumps speed, fellas. Tank has a much better time and higher IQ. He's showing you that y'all banking on seeing it, proving. Got knocked Tank out because he fast, shaking my head. Tank showing he's a complete. You know what? You say Tank's a complete fighter. I feel that. I would agree to an extent. Tank is a very, very nice fighter. But it's a thing I'm asking you. When have you ever seen a guy this powerful hit Tank? You never have. When have you seen a guy who honestly could stop Tank was in the ring with him? Hasn't happened. He was way too big for Leo Santa Cruz. Let's just be honest. He was way too big for Leo Santa Cruz. And he beat him. But Leo Santa Cruz was having his way. And if you look at any of Tank's fights, the complete fighter, he always get his head kicked at the beginning of fights. He starts super slow. He even in a post press conference said, I gotta start warming up or doing more warming up because he starts super slow. Think about the Hector Garcia fight that we just seen. We just seen Tank didn't even come on until like the end of rounds. And really, I'm telling you, I'm not no conspiracy theory guy, nothing stupid like that. But it's kind of funny how as soon as the little fight breaks out and they stop the fight and Tank get a chance to recover, then he come out and hurt. Hector Garcia. But Hector Garcia was doing his thing until, don't get me wrong, that boy Tank's power is different. That boy Tank can't even make him blind. So, don't get me wrong, my man Ryan's going to have to put his best performance up. But the thing, too, is we forgetting about Joe Goosen. Joe Goosen is a solid trainer. He's a very solid trainer. And I believe Ryan's going to be much improved once he's working with Joe Goosen because Joe Goosen always does that. He always brings game-ready fighters to the table. My man just said, Ryan has never fought a guy on Tank's level, and his power is not elite. It's a combination of speed and power with Ryan. Tank will draw Ryan late and stop him early. Ryan haven't fought at this level. You can say he ain't fought at this level, but I mean, come on, man. We kind of searching when we say who Tank fought. We really are. It's almost crazy where Tank is hated so much. Tank only gets Tank's opponents that he beat get credit for winning rounds. Come on, man. He beat Pedraza, but who really is Pedraza? Who is Esau Cruz? Who is Rolly? The one I give him major credit for, Leo Santa Cruz. My man Ed said, look at all these 10 knockouts. He has to pull his right hand all the way back. And not even so much they got to pull his hand all the way back. My thing is this. Tank has not been in there with somebody this big, this powerful, this skilled, and this fast. So, I mean, you say speed don't kill, but the old adage is speed kills. This ain't Amir Khan. This ain't Amir Khan. This ain't no dude who can't punch, who can't hit. This is a dude who can really hit and put you to bed. Imagine the biggest flex winning a couple rounds. You can't discredit Tank's resume when Tank has only fought. Hold on. You can't discredit Tank's resume when Ryan has only fought C-level guys. I feel you. Tank's timing and speed stuff. This is the thing you got to remember. He's faster than him. He's faster than him. I really can't even. I don't know. I don't want to go too crazy with Ryan, but I think Ryan can be special. I think he can be special. The thing is, how serious about boxing is Ryan going to be? That's the question. Because if you look at Ryan Garcia, skills, natural ability, height, speed, power, he's second to none. The only thing you could probably get on Ryan about is you can get on almost every Mexican fighter about him. He has horrible feet because they think movement is running. That's not the case. But this is the thing I'm telling you. Ryan Garcia with Joe Goosen, and you know like I know, Chess, 80% of this game is in the corner. You trying to tell me Coach Calvin's going to out-coach Joe Goosen? Come on. Man. Calvin Ford's a great coach, but who is he coached other than Tank? Hold on 1 second, my man said. Shane Mosley was faster than Vernon Foster. What happened? See, there you go. I see you like me, man. You're right. But think about this. We've never seen a guy this big, this fast. And the thing is, Ryan showed you he had a chin. How did he show you got a chin? Because he got up off the canvas and stopped him. He got up off the canvas and stopped the guy. That's huge right there. Have we seen Tank on the canvas? No, not yet. It was more like a push when Leo Santa Cruz pushed him, I think. But at the end of the day, man, Leo Santa Cruz shows you in that fight that Tank is human. I don't count the Esau Cruz fight because I thought Tank washed him. I thought it was like I don't even know how fools even think Esau Cruz won anything. He might have won a round or two, but Tank dominated him with one hand. Tank is going to have to be on his A game. Why do you think Tank is talking so soft? Why do you think Tank is being so humble? What is Ryan saying? I'm going to put Tank in a hospital. I'm going to hurt this kid. I'm going to take great joy in beating him. You never heard nobody talk to Tank like this. You never heard this. You only focus on the physical aspect, boxing 90% mental, fam. I didn't even talk about the skill you're talking about. But no, I get what you're saying because I'm being honest. Skills pay the bills, and they always have, and they always will. What I'm saying is this. When you got a guy like Tank, who is kind of a hybrid, half knockout artist, half ring general, the thing that you got to bring is you got to bring something special, and that's that power. And I'm telling you, I honestly think this. If Tank can be put on the back foot and Ryan keeps a piston-like jab, keep resetting Tank. That's what you got to keep. Every time Tank open his eye, pop. And you keep popping, keep throwing it because that right hand is nice. Keep throwing that right hand, and then we're not thinking about it. Boom, right there, bed. That's the same thing Deontay Wilder did to Luis Ortiz. He kept throwing that right hand. They kept throwing that left hand, and Luis Ortiz wasn't thinking about it, and then boom, lights out with the right hand. I don't know who you get in the fact that Ryan Garcia is going to be much improved with Joe Goosen, man. He looked a lot better versus Javier Fortuna. He looked a lot better. And if you look at Ryan's fights, he's a southpaw killer. My man said, who's smarter fighter? Who's the better athlete? Who had more power? Who has better timing? Who's more proven? But keep cooking, my bro. I get what you're saying, man. I would love one of these days for us to get on here, close to the fight or even whenever. Let's get on here and really debate this, man, because I'm trying to tell you, man, you're missing the fact that this guy, Ryan, has only gotten better. He's only gotten better. He's only improved. At the end of the day, he can only be who's in front of him. To me, he got a terrible promoter. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya is one of my favorite fighters, but he's an awful promoter. I mean, you got to be an idiot to lose Canelo. A guy that you built from the ground up, you lost him? How does that happen? How does that happen? That never happens in boxing. When you got a guy like Canelo, he usually retires with you. I mean, you might get that with Bob Arum, who's a complete dirtbag, but that's not the normal thing, man. That's not something that always happens in boxing. It just doesn't. But I'm telling you this, Ryan Garcia has more of a chance than most people think. I think it's a 50-50 fight. If I told you something else, I'll be lying to you. I think it's a 50-50 fight, and we will see what happens going forward. But, I just want to get on here and cook a little bit about it, man. Like I said, I'm not saying Tank can't fight. I'm not saying Tank's not good. But I'm telling you, come April 15th, we're going to see what happens, man. This guy, Ryan Garcia, is going to shock the world, and he's going to stop. He's going to stop you, boy. He's going to stop you, boy. It's just that simple. But until next time, I want to get in here just for a little bit, man. It's your boy, BBO Boxing. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.